Good day, everyone. Yeah, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll still be looking at the life of Jesus Christ, still be looking at the man Jesus Christ. And there is one thing I want us to look at today is that what Jesus is a man that prioritizes the will of God over his will. There is one thing that God gave to man that is peculiar to man is what? Self-will. Yes. In as much as God is supreme, in as much as He's sovereign, He's Lord of all and all of that, He has given man his own free will. God can only suggest to you, God can only show you ways, God can only show us ways and show us things to do that will help us. But what? He doesn't force Himself. He doesn't force us to do anything because what? Right from the beginning, He has given us what? The free will to do what? Do what we want, make decisions, and engage with what we want. That's why if you look at it critically, you see that what? There are some that have chosen to be Muslims, there are some that have chosen to be Christians, there are some that have chosen to do what? To just be like that. Yes, without God, without they are just living their lives. Yes, they are just living their life. So what God has given us free will. But one thing that Jesus has taught us and is teaching us is that what? In as much as he has a free will to do what he wants to do, he has chosen to prioritize, that is to choose the will of God the Father over his own will. Okay, let's look at the book of the book of Luke. Luke 22 verses 42. What did the Bible say? Father, if thou art willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. That's to show you that what Jesus is a man of like feelings like us. Since he came into this world and was living in flesh and blood, it shows that what he also has the same will we have. He also have the hunger you feel, everything you feel. Yes, he's also subjected to feelings. That's why he said that word. Not his will. That's to show you that word. The death was painful. Yes. Who, who of you, who of us, we know that you are going to die this moment and you'll be happy about it. There is nobody. There is nobody. Even Jesus, he was not happy about his death. Okay, he came into this world, he made friends, he had disciples, his living purpose, and all of that. Then, all of a sudden, you are just supposed to die. Go leave your loved ones, leave your friends, and the miracles that you are performing, powers, healing sessions, teachings, and all of that. It's not easy for him. It was not easy for him at all. But what he's teaching us is that what? Prioritizing God's will over our will. Prioritizing God's will over our own will. What is that thing that you are struggling with? What is that instruction that God has given you that you are struggling with, that it seems difficult for you to do? And then the one that you want to do is easy for you. One thing that God does is that what He doesn't just leave us to ourselves. Whatsoever He wants us to do, He has provided the grace already. Yes, He has provided the grace already. Even for Jesus to die on the cross of Calvary for us sinners, God has already made the grace available right from the very beginning. That decision, that job that God is telling you to leave, He foresees things. He sees the end from the beginning. So what it is the the Bible says that what the foolishness of God is better than the wisdom of men. Yes, that instruction that God is giving to you to do, and it looks foolish to you, Just obey. Yes, because what? The foolishness of God is better than the wisdom of men. God doesn't just say anything. He doesn't just give us instructions because he hates you. He wants you to do this, do that. No. No, my brother. No, my sister. No to you listening to me. God's instructions are the best because what? He has preordained everything. If we walk in his will, if we walk in alignment with his will, everything will go smoothly. Everything will go smoothly. That is why there is what? There is purpose. That's what there is purpose. Are you living in purpose? Do you know your purpose? A man that is living in purpose, and there's a way things go for him, there's a way things run smoother for him. Though there are going to be rough parts too. But there's a way things run smoother for that man because well, that path has already been designed. He's only coming to walk into it. He's only coming to walk into agreement with what has already been designed. But a man that is coming, God did not design that for you. God did not design that path for you. Then you are now coming to find out something. It's like you are coming to do something new, something that has not been before. But a man that is living in purpose, and he's living in what has been already. You're only coming to do what? Establish what has been. So what? Let us learn like Jesus to do because he's our firstborn. Yes, he is our firstborn, and that is the only person that what God has what kept before us to do what be like. That is the only person that what we are supposed to look up to. So what we have to emulate this his lifestyle or what God's will, not mine. God's will. In as much as we have our own will, in as much as God has given us our own will, we have to do what? Subject our own will to God's will and see what he will do for us. So whatsoever the challenge is, whatsoever you are struggling with God with, in today's video, I want you to do what? I know it's not going to be easy, but what? Ask God to help you to surrender all to him. Your will, that will that you have been holding back, that what the enemy has been riding on. And I want you to know that what? Partial obedience is not obedience. Partial obedience is what? Still disobedience. So what? It is better to do what? Obey. Obedience is better than what? Sacrifice. I know it is not good. There are some instructions that God gives to a man that it's not easy. That it doesn't humanly it doesn't look easy. But I want you to know that what God has a vision ahead. God knows, He foresees, He knows what you don't know, and you can never know if he did not choose to reveal to you. So what? Trust God. Trust the Lord with all your heart. It is only a man that trusts in God that can freely surrender to God, that can freely choose his will, God's will over his own will. So I want you to do what? Trust God. When you trust God, it will be easier for you to choose His will over your own will. Trust His process, trust His doing, and trust all of Him in all that you do. So, thank you so much for staying with me to the end. I'm really happy that we are learning a lot already. Today, we have to do what? Choose God's will over our own will. So please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever I drop a new video. Thank you for staying with me as we learn together, and most importantly, as we learn, we put it into practice. Let us not only be hearers, but what? Doers also. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.